you some tips on what not to do while laying floor. If you lay in the floor, you got two locks. You got a female and a male side. And normally you'd like to put it in this way and then lock it and then beat this side into the floor. You put this side in and beat this side into the floor, which I like doing it that way. Put the long side in and beat the short side in. But if you have a door with a jamb, which is a seal under the bottom of it, and you take this and put the short side into the floor and you beat this side in, okay? Okay. Against the door jamb, bam, bam, it actually has a lot of pressure, and even if it doesn't bend your door, it might break the seal beneath your door. Okay. So the way to do that is you put it on the short side where the door is, like so, and you would beat this side into that way, which is the harder way, but it can be done with a professional. But that is something that you need to know. And another thing I get asked a lot when I lay floor is the gaps. People don't like seeing gaps around their edges. But this floor right here expands and contracts. And you also need to let it acclimate. And what that is you let it go to the climate of the room. So you let it sit in there for 2 or 3 days to let it get to the same temperature. And I would show you the cracks. Show them the cracks to make, so they have an understanding.
Down over here.
And on this, I put this piece as my shim because I'm gonna run my base close to it to match. So if you look here, you're gonna have a piece of base that's gonna go here, and then you'll have quarter round, which will come out, which is 3/4. But it has to have room to span and contract. Now when laying flooring, I like to cut mine in sections like this. So think of a 45 on your speed square, you see? But don't cut them all the same. Don't go out there and cut them all 45 or 32, and split them, make them different. And then you can always use the scrap piece on the other end. Okay. So it minimizes waste as well. All right, so for example, I like to put my floor in this way, is what I was trying to tell you earlier. Okay. So.
And it sounds like it does lock pretty.
Yes, let me get my block.
Good, okay. I'm so excited the floor isn't getting installed. All right. Super exciting, okay.
So give it a little love tap.
A love tap.
Just a little tap. All right, you see, you got gaps here, which there'll be a quarter round that matches the cabinets going around. And I put a shim back here because I want to beat it this way or this way. It doesn't really matter. So we'll take my shim out. Okay. We put it right here, as you see.
Wait.
Okay. That way I can knock it into the small side, which is easier. Okay. So we'll put this one in, as you see. And always make sure you cut them right for the way you're laying your floor. All right, so let's back up some and let's get this piece in here. Okay. All right, so when I put this piece in here, I'm gonna put it in the long way. I make sure that it's close. Come here. You might want to go around. You gotta be on this side.
I'm getting on that side.
So you wanna make sure that it's close. And if it doesn't want to go in, give it a little love tap. All right, see it's nice? Now you see that it's close. So you want to put your foot right here, turn this around. And remember, I have my spacer to keep it from busting up the cabinets on that end. So I use a piece of wood. There you go. And you repeat those steps over and over again.
Perfect. All right, so I wanted to take a look at the door. He did put some foam. We were working on the door yesterday. He sealed it with, what is this foam called? Does it have a certain name?
Great stuff,
so he sealed in the door. This is what he has right here. It's great stuff, gaps and cracks.
And again, you may need some experience when using that, because if you put too much, the foam will expand so much, and it's got to have somewhere to go to make it where the door will not open and close.
Oh, okay.
So this is, I've done this a bit, but see how straight that door is? Well, the wind's blowing, so I can't do it. But you see, it doesn't move.
Okay.
So that means your door is plumb.
Okay. Looks good. And then he's, I've noticed this down here too. He's got the paint down here. He painted that area.
See? There you go.
Underneath the countertop. Do you want to show him something again about the door? Okay.
That shows that the door is plumb. If it was not plumb, it would go
close
this way
in or
or
out.
it would go that way.
Okay. That's a good one. Sounds good.
And again, guys, you don't want your gaps here, because you don't see no gaps as they're laying the floor here or around your doors. That's because you don't want to see them. That's the finished edge for it. But you cut this piece all the way out. You understand? And you don't go all the way up against that old 2x4 that's in the frame in there. So it gives it room to span and contract without against being to something, as you can see. So you make sure, you don't never want to lay your floor up against here. You understand? You want to make it go under there, but make sure you cut your piece all the way through and get rid of it so that it has room to span and contract when you put it inside there.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of self-leveling put here. And what happened in this old house is that this is 1.5 inches higher than it is over here.
Oh gosh.
All right, as you can see, all right, it's almost level here, and it's 1.5 inches out, as you can see here. See that?
Okay.
Okay. So what we did here is we used self-leveling to give it the image of no threshold. All right, so I built a frame and poured more like a pan. And I had to put my cabinets in, and I could not go past my cabinets. If you go past your cabinets, you'll have an angle in front of your cabinets like that, which you don't want that. So we put the cabinets in, then I built my pan out of self-leveling and made it as long as I could make it so that it would present itself nicely.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, guys, we're gonna head to lunch. Tell them goodnight.
Like, comment, or subscribe.
And if you want them to subscribe. Bye, guys.